Any questions before we get started?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going live on Facebook right now. Not Facebook, I meant YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
It's live.
Any questions before Michael says it's live.
Okay, now it's going. Just
Okay.
started.
It just started. Okay.
I guess there's a delay.
Okay. So any questions before we get rolling here? Okay. When we go in, we're trying something different this time. Jay sent me what we're using as an offering bowl, which you should be able to put your offerings into. I haven't checked to see if it works while there's people here, but if it does not work, then we can just leave them on the ground like we did last time, and that's just fine. But it's right in front of the altar. You'll see it when you go up there. Okay, any last questions? All right, then let us gather together here. Before we begin this rite, look inside yourself and set aside those things that will not serve you in this rite. Look within yourself and strip away the disorder that clouds your vision. Look within yourself, find the center of you, and be welcome in this sacred space. Now, as we process in and we step through the incense smoke, may you be purified and ready for the work ahead. Now, children of Earth, let us address those outdwellers who would disturb our rite. You techno-goblins who may disconnect our internet, stay away, for you are not welcome here. You beings of chaos who reject order, stay away, for you are not welcome here. Accept this as a token between us and disturb not our rite. Outdwellers, be at peace and take this fruit. Now, born in the water, kindled on the land, fire, great fire, I call to you. I come with fuel in hand, ready to light this flame, that you may be ever burning, ever blazing. Fire, great fire, to you I call. Come to me, O fire, great fire, brighten this work, and come here to me. The spirits of the sky are above us. The spirits of the land are around us. The spirits of the water flow below us. Surrounded now by all the numinous beings of land and sea and sky, our hearts tied together as one, let us pray with a good fire. We have come together today to celebrate fellowship and community. In these times of isolation and anxiety, it's more important than ever to find ways to celebrate together and experience community even in our solitude. So, as our ancestors did before us, though not in this manner, so we do now, and so may our children do in the future. Let us come together now as one folk and make our offerings in joy and reverence. Now the children of the earth call out to the Earth Mother. First Mother of the gods and spirits, we hear your voice on the wind, we taste your nectar in the air, we see your breath rippling across the water. You who give birth to the growing things all about us, who exist on this island in the fruiting trees, the insects, the fish. You who support us in all we do, Earth Mother, as we walk gently across your bosom. Be with us here today as we gather as one community. Earth Mother, I bring this flower to you. Earth Mother, accept this offering. And now let us call out for inspiration. The children of the earth call out to the powers of inspiration, to the fire that ignites in our head, to the waters of potential that rush into our spirit. Be welcome in our minds and in our hearts. May our words be true and our intentions clear. May our prayers flow like honey from our lips. Inspiration, be with us as we honor all these spirits who sing together in this community. Powers of inspiration, I bring this flower to you. Powers of inspiration, accept this offering. Now, as we stand here and sit here in this nematon, preparing to do the work ahead, let us take a moment to find our center and attune ourselves to this space and to each other. Connect to your physical body and watch your breath as it flows out deep and regular. Though we celebrate fellowship and community today, let us begin by turning our attention inwards towards ourselves. We are separated from each other by miles and miles, but all can connect to the same earth, to the same heavens. So from that center of yourself, let your awareness sink down into the earth, forming that telltale star on the ground where you have been covered up, a surprise waiting to spring forth. Send your awareness down and down into the deep, until suddenly you reach a dark pool of water, bubbling up from even deeper below. Let yourself descend into this cool and refreshing water. Let it envelop you and fill you, lending you its power and mystery. Once you have taken your fill, allow yourself to travel back up through the earth until you reach that star of wonder on the ground. Allow yourself to spring forth a sapling full of potential. Envision the days passing as you grow stronger and taller, whether you are fruit, hardwood, or cedar tree. Feel yourself reach for the sky. Now turn your attention skyward, through the void to where the stars shine. Where here in this world you may have seen a shooting star coasting across the sky. Imagine one in your mind now and see it growing and glowing as it streaks towards you. As it reaches your branches, let its brilliance fill your vision. Let that star's light and warmth envelop and fill you, lending you its power and mystery. Once you have taken your fill, let your awareness stretch out across the rich earth. You contain within you the power of waters of potential and the fires of inspiration. From that place, with those powers mixing and mingling, you can create anything you desire upon the earth. As we stand here with our avatars, under this starlit and rainy sky, upon verdant earth, surrounded by ocean on all sides, know that we stand at the center, connected to each other through technology and wonder. The waters support and surround us. The land extends about us. The sky stretches out above us. At our center burns a living flame. May all the kindreds bless us. May our worship be true. May our actions be just. May our love be pure. Blessings, honor, and worship to the holy ones. Now, let this area around us be purified sacred space where we go to meet with the gods and the gods descend down to meet with us. Let the smoke from our sacred fire carry our voices to the heavens and be heard by the gods. Sacred fire, burn within us. Let the waters from our well carry our voices to the underworld to be heard by the ancestors. Sacred waters, flow within us. Let this tree that stretches between the worlds carry our voices to all the realms to be heard by the spirits. Sacred tree, grow within us. Now, children of the earth, with the waters flowing through us and the fire burning within us, see those powers mix and mingle. It is out of that fire and those waters that the mists of magic are born. In your mind's eye, let those mists, ethereal and formless, flow out from you and envelop the landscape. Take a moment to breathe in those mists and anchor yourself within this ordered and centered cosmos. And now let those mists roll back to dissipate, revealing a calm and still pond. In this pond stands a crane, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land, eye cast to the sky. This is Garna's crane. Garnus Crane, I call out to you, you who soar gracefully through the air, who stand regal and watchful on the shore, and who fish without shame in the waters. You embody grace and poise, you embody reverence and mirth, every liminal in all that you are and all that you do, dancing like no one is watching. Garnus Crane, accept this shell as an offering. And now, Garnus Crane, Lord of Wisdom and King of the Internet, I ask that you mix your magic with us tonight to aid us and protect us. Guide us as we journey. Let us be untroubled by things which would disturb our work. Let us find joy in this work and in each other. Garnus, aid me in opening the gates. Let this well, filled with the waters flowing out across the wide earth, join with the waters below and open as a gate. Let this fire, kindled on the land, smoke spiraling up to the heavens, join with the fire there and open as a gate. Feel our connections to the Shining Ones deepen as this gate is opened. Let this tree send its roots deep into the cosmic waters below, and let its branches stretch ever upwards and reach for the fire above. This tree stands as the sacred center, as a crossroads between all worlds, allowing our voices and our offerings to travel to all the spirits. We stand here, connected at the sacred center to all the realms of land and sea and sky. Let the gates be open. Now, children of earth, the gates are open. Let naught but truth be spoken here. We now turn our attention to the kindreds and call first to the ancestors. The children of the earth call out to the ancestors, those of our blood and our bone who have given us life, those of our heart and our hearth who have guided our steps, those of our friends and our folk who strengthen and deepen our relationships, those mighty dead, poets, priests, and bards, heroes among the ancestors who have shaped our world. It is to you we call out, and to you we sing praises. As we all weave our many and diverse roots together in this time and place, we ask that you meet us at the boundary, ancestors. Join us at our sacred hearth and be warmed by our good fire. Aid us and guide us as we walk the elder ways. Ancestors, accept this flower as our offering. Children of earth, see in your mind's eye the ancestors stepping down from the mists and joining us here at our sacred fire. As their presence fills our awareness, we turn now to call forth the spirits of nature. The children of earth call out to the spirits of nature, those of fur and feather who run and fly across the land, those of root and stem who grow deep into the earth and reach for the sky, those of stone and mineral who enrich the soil and enrich our lives, those guides and allies, you who teach us your ways to love and honor the earth. It is to you we call out, and to you we sing praises. As we all meld our voices together and uphold one another in this time and place, we ask that you meet us at the boundary, spirits of nature. Join us at our sacred hearth and be warmed by our good fire. Aid us and guide us as we walk the elder ways. Spirits of nature, accept this flower as our offering. Children of earth, see in your mind's eye the spirits of nature stepping out from the mists and joining us here at our sacred fire. As their presence fills our awareness, we turn now to call forth the Shining Ones. The children of the earth call out to the Shining Godden, those of the heavens who shine brightly upon us and give us nourishing rains, those of the land who provide for us and walk beside us on our path, those of the underworld who care for our dead and know the riches of the earth, those patrons who take special interest in us and we worship with our heart, our mind, and our soul. It is to you we call out, and to you we sing praises. As we all make offerings together and stretch our branches to the sky in this time and place, we ask that you meet us at the boundary, Shining Ones. Join us at our sacred hearth and be warmed by our good fire. Aid us and guide us as we walk the elder ways. Shining Ones, accept this flower as our offering. Children of Earth, see in your mind's eye the Shining Ones stepping out from the mist and joining us here at our sacred fire. As their presence fills our awareness, let us take a moment and welcome them in our hearts and our minds as all the spirits join us here today. Have the folk brought praise for the spirits?
Yeah.
Then bring it forth. You will click on the offering bowl, and it will ask you if you want to throw something in, and go ahead and throw in your offerings. And if you'd like to speak a few words, go for it.
I throw in a stack of crystal hearts to Amabi, a little spirit who has transcended borders and established a big community on the internet during the pandemic.
Today I bring offerings to my lady Persephone, a black rose, the first one to my island, a summer shell, and a pear, my native fruit. I give these offerings to Persephone that she help my garden at home grow and that she protect our warriors in the streets.
I bring offering today to Hermes, the messenger, knowing that it is thanks to messengers like Hermes that make events and rituals like this possible.
Today I give an offering to Lady Bridget the Healer. May she walk with us and help us heal our minds, our hearts, our bodies in these trying times. May she be with us.
I offer red flowers to my goddess Kalima, she of the three eyes and the lightning dance. She who pulls back the veil of illusion so that we may face our inner demons and biases.
Is there any more praise for the Kindreds before we move on? Okay. Then, surrounded now by all the Kindreds, we call out especially on this day to the spirits of fellowship and community. I've left a spot for each of us to call on either a specific spirit of fellowship and community or those spirits in general. I'll begin by calling out to Athena. Athena, Goddess of the people, you are the defender of the city, state, and community. We need you now more than ever. Cloud gatherer and cultivator, for the gifts that you bring to cities and peoples, we sing your praises. Gray-eyed Athena, goddess of community, speaking to our hearts of fellowship, let us bask in your radiance and splendor. And in this moment, Athena, you who protect the cities and who protect the city-states and who help bring justice to the world, we call out to you. Join us at our sacred hearth and be warmed by our good fire. Aid us and guide us as we walk the elder ways. Athena, I bring you this apple from my island. Accept it as my offering. Who else brings praise?
I call out to Hermes and Zeus, you who appear to us as strangers but are in fact friends, who teach us the meaning of hospitality and integrity. I bring to you fruit from my island. I ask that you teach us those lessons and look kindly upon us who welcome you into our homes. Hermes and Zeus, accept my offering.
Accept her offering.
I once again call upon Amabi, freedomed mermaid who showed up to who calls upon us to spread art and joy during the midst of the darkest times. I offer you this golden rose that has shown up upon my island. May you continue to spread art and joy as these dark times spread around the world.
Lofen, bring us together.
I call to my warrior Lu. In difficult times, may you stand with the protesters. May you bring strength to those who need it most. I offer you cherries from my island.
To the spirits of fellowship and community. May you walk with us and surround us. Help us to strengthen our bonds with each other and with the world. Guide us and help protect us. Please accept this offering.
I call upon Hermes, fleet-footed son of Zeus, psychopompic soul, traversal of realms, most awesome, most tubular messenger of the gods. A god who understands communication as well as whimsicalness. Great Hermes, during this time, I pray that our communication is clear and that our communication is understood. Hermes, I present to you the beautiful seashell I found on my shore. Hermes, accept my offering.
Is there any further praise for the spirits of fellowship and community? Then, children of earth, we have given of ourselves in words and praise and sweet offerings, and we now seek to speak once more to all those here gathered, as they may receive our love, for they are worthy of sacrifice and worthy of prayer. Let our voices arise on the fire. Let our voices resound in the well. Let our voices travel across all the realms and pass the boundary into the other world. Spirits of fellowship and community, kindreds all, accept this sacrifice of gold. Now we have made offerings, and it is now time to seek an omen for what blessings we receive in return. Please join me at our divination area, and we'll see what the spirits have in store for us. All right. Let's have Ember, will you come up and stand on a star to see what blessings the ancestors have for us? Pull out my shovel. All right. I'll hop out of the way. All right. What blessings do the ancestors have for us? Purple hyacinth, which means sorrow and forgiveness. The ancestors know that there is great sorrow in the world right now, and it is upon us to seek change for that, and to seek forgiveness for the wrongs that have been done. It's very apt. All right. Wayne, why don't you come up and stand on a star for what the spirits of nature have for us today? Or Jonathan, I'm not sure which of you is here today.
It's me.
Okay. All right, go ahead and hop out of the way. The spirits of nature offer us cosmos, which their scientific name is Coreopsios. If you're looking for the Victorian flower language, flower there. And it means always cheerful. So while things in the world might seem bleak and might seem hard to manage right now, we can always look to nature to remember that there is joy and there is cheer. So when things get hard and you're starting to feel kind of burnout, return to your roots. Okay. Let's see. Who do I have still? How about Aaron? Why don't you come up and show us what the Shining Ones have for us today? All right. Hop out of the way. The Shining Ones offer us mums, which is hope. The Shining Ones bring us hope, which I think we could use a lot of in our communities right now. And finally, Nebula, why don't you come up and see what the spirits of fellowship and community have for us? Okay, hop out of the way. The spirits of fellowship and community bring us windflowers, which is sincerity. So now, above all times, for our communities to succeed and for our fellowship to remain, we need to be sincere in our choices, in our actions, in our words. Children of Earth, these are indeed good and apt omens. There's my clapping. There it is. So, let us return to our nematon as we take these into ourselves to celebrate the fellowship that we share and that we can share with the world. So having given of ourselves and received wisdom and blessings in return, we seek to fill ourselves with these blessings, so that we may be imbued with their sacred powers, and bring that magic and wisdom into our community and into the world. All waters are by their very nature sacred. We set aside these waters, for they have been won for us. We ask for the waters of community. We call forth the waters of fellowship. We draw these waters out to fill this pitcher here and infuse this wand for blessing. As we open our hearts and our minds to the blessings we have been given, as we stand amongst the kindreds, amongst our folk, and amongst our community, we stand united with all the powers of the world, ready to receive the blessings. Shining ones, give us the waters. And let the brightness of the shining ones fill these waters with the omens we have received. We received sorrow and forgiveness. We received, hope. We received cheerfulness and joy. And we received sincerity. So think on what these blessings mean for you. How can they apply to your life? Think on what these blessings mean for your community. And think on what these blessings mean for the world. How can you take these blessings into yourself to be manifested in your life, to be shared out into your community, and to be spread out across the world? Let these blessings grow in strength like the light of the moon. Let these blessings shine with the brilliant power akin to the noonday sun. Shining ones, we'll say rain down your blessings upon us. Children of Earth, when we share these waters, we share our own wisdom and love. When we prepare to do the good work of the kindreds, we prepare to grow and nurture our community and the world. We, your children, rejoice in your gifts. Bless our spirits and our lives with your magic and your bounty as we celebrate the strength of our fellowship and community. Behold, the waters of life. Now, children of Earth, before us is the cup of blessing. Do you wish to share in this blessing?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
Yes.
Then, as these waters are shared, know that they contain the blessings of the kindreds. As you partake of them, reflect on how these blessings will fill you and shine out in your life and our community. I will come around to each of you with my wand to bless you, and you're also welcome to come up to the pitcher to take the blessings into yourself. Now, having made offerings and received gifts in return, it is appropriate that we thank those we have called. So I'll begin by thanking the spirit that I called for fellowship and community, and then I'll give each of you the opportunity to thank the one that you called. So gray-eyed Athena, goddess of the people, protector of communities, for your shared wisdom and blessings today, Athena, we thank you. We can just go around again so you can thank who you called.
For Hermes and Zeus, friends disguised as strangers, for teaching us the lessons and granting us hospitality. Hermes, Zeus, I thank you.
Amity, tri-limbed mermaid who swims across national borders and brings joy and art to the world. We thank you for building communities in the dark times.
My Lady Persephone and my Lady Logan, thank you for watching over my garden, my home, and those in the streets fighting for justice.
Powerful Lou, friendly and formidable, we thank you for looking out. We thank you for blessing us all. We thank you for taking care of everyone in these hard times.
Spirits of fellowship and community, thank you for being with us today, and thank you for walking with us in the days to come.
Great Hermes, thank you for giving voice to those who have not been listened to for centuries. Thank you for giving them power. And thank you for being with us on this run. Hermes, we thank you.
Now let us thank the Kindreds. Bright and shining God and on high, you who share your wisdom upon us, and who walk with us, guiding us each day, we say, Shining Ones, we thank you. Nature spirits and noble guides, you who through your living teach us the ways to honor the earth, flowers, bugs, fish, and fruit, creatures of all the realms, we say, Nature spirits, we thank you. Ancestors, mighty dead, heroes, those of our blood and bone, those of our friends and folk, those of our hearth and home, you have taught us the ways of old and given us the path to walk. We say, ancestors, we thank you. And now, Garnus Crane, you who stand betwixt land, sea, and sky, wings spread wide to guide us on our path. We say, Garnus Crane, we thank you. And now, Garnus, I call to you once more to join your magic with mine and aid me in traversing the realms. Help all those here gathered to find their way home again safely as we close the gates between the worlds. Let this well be but water, ever sacred in its own right, but no longer a gate opening to the many paths. Let this fire be but flame, ever sacred in its own right, but no longer a gate opening to the many ways. Let this tree be but a simple tree, no longer a gate traversing all the realms. Let the gates be closed. And now, powers of inspiration, you have flowed through us today as we experiment in this work. You have let our reactions share our joy and wonder. You have let this work grow and take shape. Our prayers have flowed like honey. Our words have sung out in praise. Powers of inspiration, we thank you. Earth Mother, you who uphold us in all our rights, for joining us here on this island today, for showing us that you are present in all that we do, may we remember that we honor you best when we walk gently and in balance with each other and the world. Earth Mother, we thank you. Now, children of Earth, this is good work we have done today, honoring the spirits of fellowship and community. Remember the blessings you have received today and carry them forth into your lives in the world. Go now in peace. This rite is ended. Let us gather about the altar for a post-rite picture. Okay. Okay, did everyone get the ones they wanted?
Yep.
Okay, well, I will leave my island gates open for a little bit, so if you wanted to do some more shopping or pick some fruit or anything, feel free for a little bit, and I'll kick everyone out here in, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
You're welcome to leave before that, but if I kick everyone out at the same time, then we don't have to deal with the dialogue where it forces us to watch everyone leave.
Yeah,
True.
fair enough.
All right, bye, friends.
Bye. This is awesome.
Bye. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you for hosting.
You're very welcome.
Yes, thank you. This is wonderful.